What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing some reupholstery work with my Harbor Freight pneumatic stapler. Stay tuned. If you guys saw my last video, I used the same exact one. This is also a brad nailer, and I used it to build my little tool shelf here. But I told you guys in the last video that I did have a couple of other projects that I wanted to do with this thing. So let me show you what I've got. This is the first project. This is actually my dad's little rocking chair. He used it when he was a little kid, passed it down to me, and then now it's going to my son. So I want to get this thing sanded down. I'm going to get it taken apart, and then I'm going to reupholster this seat right here. I finished taking the rocking chair apart. It wasn't too bad. Lots of little nails holding that cushion in. But this blue color is what I've always known this chair to have. And then when I pulled it off, I saw this dark green color. So I texted my dad and asked him what color it was when he was a kid. And he did say that it was a dark green. So I sent him a picture of it and he confirmed it. So just kind of crazy that this cover right here is 60 years old or more. So before I get started on reupholstering the seat here, I am going to sand the chair down and the seat and stain it a different color. I finished sanding and staining the chair yesterday. So the stain that I used is this Minwax. It's a semi-transparent black. So you just brush it on, you wipe it off, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a rustic look. But I think it's gonna look really, really, really good with the fabric that I picked out for the chair. And here it is. It's just Mickey and Minnie, and I thought it would look really good with that black. The other thing that I picked up at Hobby Lobby is this polyfoam, and I went with a 2-inch. It's probably a little bit thicker than what I need, but I hope that he can grow into this thing, and this will be nice and comfy when he's a little bit older. What I'm gonna do now is get this polyfoam onto the seat here. So what I'm gonna do is just literally lay the seat on top of it, trace it out with my marker here, cut it out with some scissors, and then I'll use this 3M Super 77 spray adhesive to tack it onto the seat here. I finished cutting out the cushion and getting it glued onto the seat, but I ran into an issue with my stapler because my staples that I got are a 1/2 inch long and the little board here is only about 1/4 of an inch. So it's gonna stick through, and whenever he sits down on here, those staplers are gonna hit his little butt. So what I'm gonna do is I've got some 1/2 inch plywood here, and I've got strips of it, and I'm just cutting it, and I'm going to brad nail it into the bottom of the board, and then those will be my anchors for the staples to go into to hold the fabric down. I finished getting the anchors attached, so luckily I already had these little pieces laying around. I just had to cut them to length with my jigsaw, but I attached them with the spray adhesive glue, and then I attached them better with the brad nails from the top side here, and then I just cut the excess off with my little pliers over there. So what I'm gonna do now is get my fabric over here, and then I've already got my my staples loaded in my gun, and I'm gonna get this thing on there. I I just finished putting the rocking chair back together. This thing came out amazing. The Mickey Mouse and the black stain just looks awesome together. So my Harbor Freight, Brad nailer, and stapler came in handy again. 30 bucks, man. I think if they have a coupon, if you can get a coupon for it, it's like 20, 25 bucks. I don't know, but yeah, awesome little tool. So I'm really, really happy with how this thing came out. So I'm gonna start working on the bed frame. The second project that I'm gonna work on is this bed frame. So we got this king size mattress, and then I bought a cheap frame off of Amazon, and then you could see all of the metal underneath. So I just went to Home Depot and bought some 1x6s and some hardware and just put it on here. Originally, when I bought the wood, I just sanded it down and then painted it, but it's got a really sharp edge, and now that we have a little one walking around here, I'm gonna put some foam and some fabric on this as well. So since I'm covering the outside of these planks, I had to glue the screws or bolts in there. So it should be good enough to hold it on there. It doesn't need to be tight, and then I'll get the nut behind there and just tighten it down, and it should hold it on that frame just fine. But I've got my padding, so just like my chair, I'm just gonna trace it out onto the board, and then I'll cut it out and glue it on. I finished cutting the foam and I got it cleaned up already. I took it inside the house. So the boards are fine out here. So what I'm gonna do now is just get everything cleaned up on the garage floor. That way I can lay some clean towels down, and then I can get this foam glued on here. I finished up getting all of the foam glued on, and then I used my stapler to anchor it into the back of each board. So what I've got now is the fabric. It's just plain black fabric. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby. The only thing is they didn't have enough to go all the way around. They only had enough to go halfway. So I thought about doing a seam on each corner, but I think to make it easy and to keep the seams at a minimum, I'm just gonna put one seam dead center here. I just finished getting the fabric all stapled on there. It actually went on pretty easy, and then here is a little shot from the back side. So all I did was just fold up all the excess into a little bowl and just staple it in there. That way it's out of the way, and you can see where my little bolts come through and it's not in the way of those. So here's this little seam in the center up here up front. So you can see it, but most of the time our covers are, our bedspread is covering that up anyway, so it's not a big deal. But this is awesome. I mean, this thing came out super awesome. It's super padded there, so I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna go get it on the bed now, and then I will show you guys when I'm done. I just finished getting the bed frame mounted back up, so my glued in bolts worked out perfect. This thing is nice and secure in there, and then it is very, very soft and padded all the way around. And then my seam over here is hidden very, very well. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is all the way down. But this thing came out super, super nice. I could not be happier with the way that this frame turned out. And then of course my little Mickey Mouse chair over here. But my little Harbor Freight gun, this thing is awesome for 30 bucks. And I think you can get it for 25 bucks with a coupon. This thing is absolutely awesome and has served a great purpose. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time.